Recently, I made a video comparing the Xiaomi 13 Pro versus the IQOO 12, showcasing how they perform comparably to each other. And of course, this was in daytime, but how do they approach the differences in low light? Well, this is what this video is for, comparing both of these phones and see what their performance is like in low light. One thing I can straight away tell, and no spoilers, their approach is very different to each other, but still somewhat close. Anyway, let's talk about specifications first, and then we'll talk about the comparison between both of these. So let's straight away begin with the main camera. When it comes to the main camera on the Xiaomi 13 Pro, we get a 50.3 megapixel, which is the 1-inch sensor and an f-stop of 1.9. Then we get a 50 megapixel main sensor on the IQOO 12 that has a 1.7 aperture and a 1/1 inch sensor size. We get a 50 megapixel floating lens technology telephoto with an f-stop of 2.0 compared to a periscope on the IQOO 12 with a 64 megapixel resolution and an f-stop of 2.6, and the sensor is a 1/2 inch sensor size. We get a 50 megapixel ultra wide with an f-stop of 2.2 on the Xiaomi 13 Pro and a 50 megapixel ultra wide as well on the IQOO 12, but with an f-stop of 2.0. 4K 30 frames per second on both the IQOO 12 and Xiaomi 13 Pro. Again, same story. The 13 Pro has the more contrast, but also the more night look that fits better. But if you want more in the picture, you should see the IQOO seems to be doing better. Zoom out in 4K 30 as you can with the IQOO, and you can with the Xiaomi 13 Pro as well. 4K 60 frames per second. Let's see if you can zoom out with the new IQOO. No. And with the Xiaomi, that's also not the case. Again, same principle when it comes to how it looks in terms of style. Both can record up to 8K, but with the Xiaomi 13 Pro, it is limited to 24 frames, compared to the 30 frames on the IQOO 12. It should have enough power, but apparently it doesn't when it comes to the Xiaomi. Granted, the 14 will have 8K and 30 frames per second. Now, low light is one of the reasons why I often stay away from steering too much, to my opinion, because here it matters what your preference is. What I would say is that the Xiaomi goes for the more natural approach of it looking like a low light situation, but the IQOO will deliver more light in the shot itself. It takes a little bit longer as well to get that shutter speed, because it takes about 2 to 3 seconds for a shot on the IQOO, where the Xiaomi 13 Pro is almost instant. But again, as stated, you will get that brighter image. Also something that I will give to the IQOO 12, it's far superior in star shots. But when it comes to normal low light situations, if you want the photography style, I would say the Xiaomi 13 Pro does that better and gives that feeling of low light and night, where the IQOO will have the brighter image, and if you want a lot in the shot to be clear, then the IQOO will deliver the shot for you. Again, I cannot judge for you what works better, so I'm gonna leave that opinion to you. So leave in the comments which has your preference. The more brighter shot with more things showcasing in the shot itself, or the authentic look of the Xiaomi, which is by the way what I'm using when it comes to Xiaomi. I'm using authentic and not vibrant, and I'm using natural on IQOO, not vivid. Now, when it comes to my city, I do want to note that my city has quite a bit of warmer tones, therefore a yellow hue that sometimes the Xiaomi 13 Pro misses out on. Depending on the shot, it can actually look quite white, where it isn't in real life. With that being said, the IQOO sometimes goes a little bit overboard with the yellow hues as well, giving a bit too much warmth to it compared to what it is in reality. The balance is somewhat in between, and sometimes both are just a little bit off compared to what it really was like. So at the end, when it comes to low light performance, as stated at the beginning, their approach is very different. I feel like if you want a moody shot, a more reflecting of low light situation, the Xiaomi 13 Pro will deliver a better result. If you want a shot that has all the detail in there, and if you want to capture shots, for instance, with friends and so on, and you can see everything in the shot, I would say that the IQOO 12 performs better here. Again, their approach is very different, but yet somewhat similar. And of course, when it comes to low light, IQOO/Vivo is well known for their HDR processing. And when it comes to those lights, for instance, having that overexposure, that happens more on the Xiaomi 13 Pro than on the IQOO 12. And of course, when it comes to light, there are some situations where I would say that the Xiaomi actually loses. And this is simply because it doesn't reflect what I'm seeing in low light in my city. Again, this is a statement that I made at the beginning. When it comes to the Xiaomi 13 Pro, warm lights are not always captured properly, and therefore it gives this cooler effect that isn't there, and I feel like it then misses out of the feeling in my city. With that being said, blue light is easier to edit than white light, so therefore I would say it depends on what you're looking for. But when it comes to night feel, I still will give it to the Xiaomi 13 Pro. But when it comes to wanting to have that really well processed image and that you can easily edit and has a lot of information in there, and of course not to mention great HDR, then IQOO 12 performs really well. And again, this is a new phone that you can get for about $650. That's mental. Well done, IQOO. Either way, I hope you enjoyed this video, and of course if you did, don't forget to leave a like, subscribe and everything that you can think of. And of course, check out conceptscreator.com/shop where you can buy some shots that I've taken. It really helps out with supporting the channel, and you might be the first to buy one, because no one has bought one yet. Anyway, hope you enjoyed the video, and of course, talk to you guys in the next.